Our Michaela Vernava.
Michaela Vernava.
Michaela Vernava. We turn to Michaela Vernava, who joins us live. Michaela Vernava joins us live.
I'm Michaela Vernava at Gillette Stadium, and I'll tell you what players are saying about the impact Vince Wilfork left on this locker room. We're live from Gillette Stadium. Bill Belichick and the Patriots gearing up for Super Bowl 51. You'll hear from the coach next. I asked Chara if he thinks the Bruins could be on the road to a similar Cinderella story with a Stanley Cup winning ending. He grinned from ear to ear and said, "I hope so." He said getting in is the hard part. Once you're in, it's anyone's game. Gotta love the not-so-subtle Belichickian reminder to media and fans to leave the coaching to him. But his comments really reaffirm what we heard from special teams captain Matthew Slater after the game. Slater took responsibility for those misplayed returns, saying that as the leader of that unit, he needed to do a better job of communicating signals. Well, Tuesday night's Stanley Cup playoff games saw the Sharks and Rangers facing precisely the same situation as the Bees, trailing the series at home heading into Game 4, and the Blue Jackets facing elimination on their own ice. All three came away with the win. Guy Boucher thinks he knows why. Among that sea of people were a ton of t-shirts commemorating the Pats' Super Bowl 51 comeback. You know the ones I'm talking about, with the 28-3 scoreboard. Well, while the fans may still be riding that high, it is nothing but a clean slate out here for the players. Bruce Cassidy also really emphasized the impact of Carlo's absence on the PK after Game 6 as the Bruins lost their third game of the series on the penalty kill. But Carlo did finish the regular season, his rookie campaign, with 16 points and a +9 rating. Couple that with what we saw from Charlie McAvoy, and lots to look forward to on the Bruins blue line. Now, history's not on the Bruins side in this one. They have never come back from a 3-1 deficit in a playoff series, while the Senators are 8-0 when up 3-1. But head coach Guy Boucher, who coincidentally told me he was a history major, doesn't put much stock in hockey's past. Mark Borowiecki wasn't the only notable Senator missing this morning. Erik Karlsson also not on the ice, but Bruins fans, don't get too excited. Well, Captain Karlsson and company are no longer riding their regular season sweep of the Bees as a confidence booster, with the series tied at 1 heading into Game 3. Well, whoever he ends up skating with, McAvoy seems strikingly composed and appears to be fitting in with the team seamlessly. So it's next man up for the New England defense, which Bill Belichick said Monday needs to do a better job across the board. Tight end Martellus Bennett has been outspoken about his displeasure with the time he spent with the Chicago Bears, and that's putting it gently. But here in New England, Bennett is already thriving. After just 1 game and 3 touchdown connections with Tom Brady, Bennett is talking about his perfect fit with the Patriots and putting it in a way only he can. Certainly not hard to see why these guys are so optimistic. The Bruins had a league-high 9 different players make their NHL debuts during this year's regular season, and that's not even counting Charlie McAvoy, who of course became an instant sensation when he was thrown into the mix during the playoffs. Plus, a lot of these young guys have experience playing for interim head coach Bruce Cassidy. For Tom Brady, getting that 5th ring on his finger means he'll once again have to get past Dan Quinn, only this time as a head coach. Quinn was Seattle's defensive coordinator when the Patriots beat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 49, and that was a defense that ranked first in total passing and scoring defense that year. Granted, Quinn had very different weapons than he has to work with this year in Atlanta, but in contrast, this year's Atlanta D doesn't rank higher than 25th in any of those categories. Boston University's Agganis Arena is practically a Zdeno Chara slap shot away from the rink here at Warrior. So hopefully forward Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson doesn't feel too out of his element, thrown right into all the excitement with a playoff spot within reach of the Bruins. JFK was out here skating this morning, sporting the number 23 and centering a 5th line with injured wingers Frank Vetrano, Tim Schaller, and Jimmy Hayes.